Here's the shit that nobody talks about when you're trying to grow on Instagram. Motivation is going to be one of the biggest keys that determines your success or your failure. Keeping your head in the game and having the right mental capacity for what you're trying to do is going to be one of the determining factors in whether or not you achieve your goals or you don't. You guys know this, but social media is not a fast game right now. If you want to grow on social media and actually make a living off of it, it's probably going to take you some time. So the name of the game right now is keeping your head in the game and staying motivated, making sure that you're putting the right things in so that you're getting the right things out. So today I wanted to talk about the things that I do to keep my head in the game that really do help me to grow on social media, because sometimes I think we need a leg up. We need a little bit of help and motivation. So obviously being in the right mental space is something that's going to help you to grow a lot better on social media. But realistically, we're humans. We're not always in the right mental space to really grind things out, right? So this is why it's important for you to batch create your content, schedule it, and even repurpose your content. These are the three things that I try to focus on, because realistically we're going to fall short, but this is going to help us to be consistent even when our bodies or our minds are not being consistent for us. So batch creating content is the idea that when you go to create content, create as much as you can in a certain period. So, if you're editing, try and edit as many videos as you can. If you're recording, try to record a few videos instead of just one. Basically, when you're feeling in tune and you've got the energy to make content, make as much as you can and put it in a vault for later. And that's where scheduling comes in. It's basically you want to schedule out that content. So on the days where you're feeling tired, you're like, man, I already got something scheduled that's going to post today. It's okay that I'm feeling a little bit tired. I've already taken care of it in the past. And then the other part of that is, sometimes you guys are like, man, I don't know if I have anything to post. I don't know if I have enough in the tank to make enough content to schedule it out for weeks. But this is where repurposing content is very important. If you repurpose longer form content that you have, if you have let's say a stream, a 2-hour live stream, or let's say you have a podcast, you can take clips from that, take those interesting moments and repurpose that content into short form content, whether that's a 5-minute YouTube video or a TikTok that's 30 seconds. And then you can use that to basically batch create content from longer content you've created in the past, schedule that out. It can be really helpful to do these things. So when you're feeling down and you don't want to work or your creative juices are not flowing, you have this to fall back on. There's not a content drought because you were ready for it. And another thing that I've found is important for me in my Instagram growth, my social media growth, is making goals and sticking to it. So first of all, at a more basic level, you're going to give yourself more confidence if you're able to stick to the goals that you set for yourself. Let's say you want to post 3 pieces of content per day. If you consistently do that, not only are you going to get better at creating content because you're getting the reps in, but you're also going to have more confidence in yourself because you're actually doing what you said you were going to do. And then second of all, and this is pretty basic, but if you set goals that are actually very doable for you and you consistently stick to them, people with goals go a lot further because there's compounding interest on consistently day in and day out doing what you said you were going to do. If you're going completely off of intuition and you're never kind of grinding through those low points where you're not motivated, then dude, you're going to have content droughts for weeks and you're going to lose out on a lot of that compounding interest that'll come from videos that you might have made when you were tired. Maybe you didn't have all the creative juices flowing, but this was going to be something good for you to put out. I have videos where, man, I was so drained, I was so tired when I put out those videos. Now they're getting hundreds of views. It's like, dude, it was worth it for me to do that even though I wasn't feeling it that day. Stick to your goals if you set them. Now, something else that's been really effective for me that I'm actually really big on is make sure that you're putting the right content into your head, right? So for me lately, it's been music and books, but more specifically audiobooks. So 2 books that have been really instrumental for me when I'm feeling down and I'm like, man, I'm lacking motivation. I can't really create any content. The first one is It's All in Your Head by Russ, which, dude, I bought the book for this, read the whole thing, and loved it so much that I had to buy the audiobook. This book is super good for basically finding your purpose and finding that motivation, finding the passion when it's lacking to keep going. And then the other book that's been really instrumental for me is How to Win Friends and Influence People. And this book is really good for learning how to communicate more effectively, which if you're on social media, man, that's going to be great for you communicating with your audience. And then musically, lately I've been really into artists that kind of stick gems into their songs. I don't want to just listen to music that's like kind of a vibe or that feels good. I want to listen to music where I'm subconsciously being inundated with positive messages about, mindset, business. So a lot of my favorite artists are like Kanye West, Nipsey Hussle, Money Man. Lately I've been listening to a little bit of Mike. And the reason is I like these artists that are really going to help you to believe in yourself and to constantly be in the right headspace to keep grinding, keep working, keep believing in your vision. And I've actually been working on compiling a playlist, which you can get on Spotify, where I've basically compiled a bunch of these different songs to try and get songs that, yes, they sound good, but you're also going to get value from them. So if you guys want to, listen to that playlist or follow it, go for it. I don't make any money off it or anything like that. It's just, I don't know, if you guys want some positive motivation in your life. Another thing that I've been doing the last couple weeks that's really helped me to keep my head in the game is tapping into friends that are on the same mission, right? So a lot of you guys may not have friends that are on the same mission. Part of this is going to be you networking and trying to meet with those people, trying to connect with people that are on the same mission as you. So let's say you're really into growing your Instagram account, right? Try and find some friends. Try and find some friends of some friends who are doing the same thing. Tap into them, man. See if you can create a group chat, even if it's just Instagram DMs, to talk to those people and tap into them for wisdom. One of my really good buddies, Cole, his YouTube channel is Wickstrom. He has like 50K subs on YouTube. And I think he's got like another 10K on Twitch or something like that. So I try to constantly tap into him. We actually made a group chat this last week. I brought in Emmanuel, Cole, and my buddy Scott, because we're all people that are serious about trying to grow on social media, or at least that I perceive as serious about trying to grow on social media. And I was like, is this going to help me or is this going to hinder me if I bring all these people into one group chat? Definitely going to be a net positive. So try to surround yourself with people that can help you on your mission, and that you can help them, and that you guys can kind of provide value and keep each other's heads in the games. For me, that's helped a lot. And lastly, I think it's important to remember your why. What is your purpose? Why have you decided that you want to grow on Instagram, right? You're clearly looking up videos, trying to find motivation, trying to find a reason to keep grinding out this social media. But you got to be honest with yourself. What is the real reason why you're doing this? Because more than any amount of motivation that I can give you in one video, you have to have a very strong why. Is it because you want to be able to feed your kids when you're not here? That's my why, right? I want to be able to give my kids some real money, some real wealth. I want them to be safe and secure. I want my family to be good, right? That's what I look at this life as. I want to serve the people that love me, and I want to love them too, I want to serve more than just the people that love me, but that's another topic. What is your why, right? Do you just want to do it so that you can really enjoy the luxuries of life, the finer things? Like, yeah, that's a good why, I guess, but like, if you have something a little bit deeper, that's going to help you a lot more when times get really tough. Is it because you want to see your mother smile because she's been struggling really hard for the last so many years? She's got a bunch of kids, and you want to be the one to give her a house, to pay off her house. You got to have a really strong why to keep going when times get tough, because realistically, the social media journey is not going to happen overnight. We're not at that point anymore, right? This is not like you go viral and you blow up overnight. Right now in 2023, realistically, you're committing to a 4 or a 5-year grind if you want to make a living off of social media, right? So you got to be clear on why are you here and what is your purpose, and you got to constantly remind yourself of that. Because I'm not always going to be here. Your friends are not always going to be here to give you motivation. So you either got to be about it, or you got to give up and bow out right now.